Hi, it's Wesley with Expandacraft again. I am the inventor of Expandacraft. That is the outrigger kit that's on this canoe. You can put it on kayaks or you can use it by itself as shown here. That's the 12-foot 9-inch standard paddle cat. Got a little stadium seat on it. Same hull parts as what you see here, except this one at 16 feet 9 inches has two of the center parts. Now, before you start posting, why don't you just get a real boat? Let me tell you why. Because, number one, it's better than just a pontoon boat because it becomes more. You can make the 12-foot paddle cat out of the hull parts and take that out. You could take just the canoe by itself out. You could take this whole thing with the decking as I have here. I'll explain the decking a little bit more because there's a removable center part. I plan to put a big tent under the bimini top so it's super rain proof and you can still have the ventilation without having to put the rain skirt on the tent. That helps out. I got this online. I had to cut down these cross tubes because it was a little too long. You use this tool right here to cut down the tubes and then reinstall them like so. But come here and let me show you a little bit more about the idea behind this decking. Now, this part is removable. If I can't do it without getting into the boat. But these two sections with 3 boards each, they come off and you can set them aside or leave them at home if you're not going to be using it as a platform. But the idea is that the front of the tent will have an opening here and it'll have an opening in the back. That way I can get to the battery and the motor. I could actually drive the boat from inside the tent and under the bimini top. So if you ran into foul weather and you just wanted to get out of there, there you have it. So this is so you can sit here and with your legs in the boat, which is a much more comfortable seating position. Now this one is rigged with a very small sail and it will sail very nicely. Can't sail a pontoon boat. The other thing is this one drafts about 2 inches. Can't do that with a pontoon boat. You also can quickly disassemble this entire boat and put it on the roof rack, if you have a roof rack. That way, if like you're with me, or like me, and you're an RVer, you can't very well tow a 36-foot camper trailer and a 20-foot pontoon boat. So this does serve a purpose there. And again, you can just use the canoe by itself and leave this at home. You can also take the bimini top off when you go sailing or just lay it back down. You can add a more performance-oriented sail, which is what I'm going to do. And let me see, what else is on my list? Oh, here's the other thing about a rig like this is you get the same space as you would on a pontoon boat. This is almost 9.5 feet long and 8 feet wide. And the thing is with a canoe, you don't need very much power. This one's got a small electric motor, runs at about 8 miles an hour. That's plenty for a boat like this. When you step up to a pontoon boat, you got to have, a 50 or a 75 horsepower motor. And oh, my little buddy Gilligan here, I'm the skipper. That's a lot of money and a lot of power for going as fast as one goes on a pontoon boat. The idea here is that you can get to places that you can't get to in a pontoon boat. Lower the bimini top, then you're only a few inches off of the ground. You can go underneath shallow bridges or a branch, and that's just fun. The whole thing breaks down pretty quickly, and like I said, you can put it on the roof rack, and that saves you a lot of money having to buy and build or register a trailer. And you don't need a boat ramp to launch this. You just put it together at the water's edge. Just back the truck up, dump the things off, and poof. We got a cat everywhere today. Okay. The canoe alone, draft, low profile. Oh, plastics. On my boats, you'll see a lot of this plastic. It's called King Starboard. So I'm going to give King Starboard a little shout out there. I get mine from Plastics America. There'll be a link down below for Plastics America. They're in Tampa, and they will, service your needs there. The great thing about this starboard, it's like right here, I don't know where I want to mount this because I want this space to be all the tent. It's going to take up the entire space. It's a large 2-person tent. So I don't know where to put this. I might take a piece of starboard, drill it here, and just put the holes here so that I can stick my rod and reels down. It's great. It works like perfect wood. And then you take this little tool right here. When you cut the edges, and you just, like that, makes a nice, neat, and you get this at Plastics America too. Tell Dave that Mr. Expand-A-Craft sent you. And that helps to make everything neat and smooth to the touch, so it doesn't scrape your legs a lot. Now, you'll see I have liberal use of starboard here in the rudder. Now, if you subscribe, I'm going to be doing a how-to video on how to build this rudder. Because this one is old. This one is 10, 12 years old. It's seen better days, and I have left it out in the rain in the summer sun of Florida. It's time to replace it, and I'm going to make a video of just how to make this rudder and how to make this stout rudder connection point. Tiki, this would be great out there in the woods. Get rid of your mosquitoes. You could use a lot more power, especially if you had a flat back canoe. I chose this one because it was cheap used boat. I picked it up for little or nothing, and I plan to sail it, so I wanted to put a rudder on the back. Don't need a flat back for that if you do the rudder the way I do. It does not require very much power. If you want to put a 3-horse, 4-horse motor on it, that would be plenty. You're going to get it up to the hull speed. Unless you're Rick, you know who you are, who straps a giant motor on the back of it. Next thing you know, you'll have a 350 Chevy in it, but you know who you are. This is just a very versatile boat that allows you to not only go where pontoon boats go, but allows you the chance to use this boat several different ways. Use it just the canoe, use it with the outriggers, use it with or without the decking. As a matter of fact, you don't have to do the wood decking. You can use netting, very much lighter. But for me, I chose to go with the decking because the weight just doesn't matter for how I use this boat. And of course, remember too, you could always take the hulls and make it into a paddle cat for the day. You can't do that with a pontoon boat or a bass boat. So all you haters out there who make comments like that, this is why this is a hot seller for Expand-A-Craft. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're getting real technical these days. Wesley, expandacraft.com.